everybody, welcome back to another Sunday with Steve. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there and to my mom out there. And today's going to be a fast show, an easy show. Well, maybe not easy, but quick. One dish today we're doing today for Mother's Day. We're going to do a brunch dish today. I wanted to do a variation on an Eggs Benedict, which I've done before. I love a good Eggs Benedict. So we're going to actually serve it today. Instead of usually you get it on an English muffin or something small, whatever. We're going to do it on a savory, veggie, low-carb waffle. I know, crazy, right? Figure we'll add something to it. We are going to do our traditional poached eggs, and we are going to make our hollandaise sauce from scratch. No packet mix hollandaise. We're actually going to make some hollandaise today. Okay, so I'm going to show you first what you need to do to make the waffle. We'll make our batter for our waffle first, and then we'll do our eggs, and I'll show you how to do that if you've never poached an egg before. It's kind of tricky, but we'll see. So anyway, 2 eggs I have here that I'm just going to beat up a little bit and put inside my bigger bowl here. I'm using a bowl with a spout, so it'll make it easier to pour. So I'm just going to whisk those up a little bit. Now, to that, I'm going to add a half a cup of frozen spinach, chopped spinach. Make sure you squeeze it and get as much of the liquid out as you can. You want it to be dry, in a sense, okay? We also have a half a cup of riced cauliflower. We did that for a show a couple weeks ago where you just basically pulse it in a food processor until you get a rice consistency, okay? So we have those things. We'll just mix those up a little bit. Now to that, we're going to add 2 strips of bacon, crispy bacon that we chopped up. Okay, we're also going to add a half a cup of cheddar cheese, a half a cup of mozzarella cheese, and a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Very cheesy, which I think will go really good with the poached eggs and the hollandaise sauce, I think. Okay, to that I'm going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of onion powder. Okay, and we're just going to whisk that all together. So, I know it's, because there's no flour in this, obviously, because that's all there is those ingredients. Now, I know you're thinking what I'm thinking, which is, wait a minute, so you're basically making a waffle out of an omelet? Because it's basically just eggs and cheese and stuff. So, eggs on top of eggs, it's still different. You got plenty of veggies and cheese in here. I think this is going to make like a pretty cool thing. I don't know, I might not even need, I put it in this spout thinking it was going to be like a pourable thing, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to have to spoon this into my waffle iron here. Okay, so let me get rid of this stuff. Clang, clang, clang. Okay, that's for my poached eggs. Okay, so we have that here. Now I'm just going to wait 1 second on that. I have my water boiling here in a pot for my poached eggs. Now, you just want to get it to a point where it's boiling and then turn the heat down just so you see the steam and you see little bubbles around. You're going to add about 1 tablespoon or 2 of white vinegar to that because that helps it coagulate and make that nice little poached egg thing. Okay? Not too much though because you don't want to mess with the flavor of that. Okay, so we'll wait a second on the hollandaise because that's going to come together fast and I want the rest of this stuff to be ready first. So I'm going to make sure on my waffle iron here that I really give it a nice spray of non-stick spray because I have a feeling with the cheese, it's got a non-stick coating, but I have a feeling with all the cheeses and the egg and everything that this is going to potentially be a sticking hazard, so we don't want to do that. Okay, so make sure you give a nice mound on both of these, so that way it fills the space in there. Okay, put that into your well here. Okay, it looks like it'll make 2 waffles, which will be perfect. Okay. I mean, it's Mother's Day. If you're gonna make brunch for your mom, go the extra mile. Do something special, okay? We're gonna close that. I don't know if it's good. seep out everywhere, but we're going to leave that like that, okay? And we're going to let that cook for just a few minutes. I got a little bit of spillage on the side there and there, but that's okay. Okay, back to here. See? Here is our boiling water. So we want to turn this down because we just want it to be a simmer. You don't want a rolling boil when you drop your eggs. Let me get my eggs. Be right back. Okay, now the trick that I've seen with poached eggs is take your egg, okay, and put it in a smaller dish like this. And what you want to do is kind of put this down and tip it so the egg kind of stays together like that. You don't want to just drop the egg in there because you want the egg white part to start to enclose the yolk part. I'll show you what I mean when it comes out. Okay? So you just want to do that and just tip it into the water and let it just kind of float into the water. Okay? They're looking pretty good right now. They're not all going all over the place. I've seen different techniques. Some people say you make like a whirlpool, so when you drop them in, they kind of circle onto each, onto itself. Whatever works for you. This works for me. Okay? So I'm doing 4 eggs here because we'll do 4 on the top of each of our waffles. Okay? And we'll just let those cook for a few minutes. You'll know when they get really white looking, when the white gets really white. Okay, but you don't want to overcook them. You can do them over hard. Some people like a poached hard egg. I don't. To me, the whole fun of a poached egg, or you can even do over easy with this with the holidays too, would be great, is I like the runny yolk of it. That's what makes it for me. Okay, so we're going to let those sit a minute. We're going to get started now on our hollandaise, but let me just check. Oh yeah, these are looking pretty damn good. All right, let me just keep that for another minute while we get our hollandaise. Okay, so we have a big pot of water here boiling, or pretty hot anyway. Don't let the bowl, we have a bowl sitting on top of that. Don't let the bowl touch the water. You just want the steam hitting the bottom of the bowl, but you don't want the bowl actually sitting submerged in the water, okay? 4 egg yolks. I'm going to whisk those into my warm bowl here. Okay. To this I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, or half of a lemon, pretty much. Just make sure you're whisking the whole time, because if you let this sit here, the heat is going to cook your eggs, and you really don't want that to happen, okay? I mean scramble cook them. To that now we're going to add a pinch of cayenne pepper, and to that we're going to add a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, okay? And just whisk that in here. Get it. Should use the spatula for that, okay? So we're just going to whisk that and make sure this is all incorporated together. Okay, once you see that's all incorporated, 1.5 sticks of unsalted butter, melted, and you're just going to, in a thin stream, very slowly, whisk that in with your egg mixture here, okay? And really whisk it good. But just take your time with that. Make sure you're not really going too fast. Just whisk. Good arm workout for this one. Now, as this is cooking and you're whisking, you're going to see it's thickening up. And it's becoming this thicker emulsion, okay? I'll show you when we get to that point. I can tell by looking at it. I don't know if you can see it, but you will when I get to that point where it's a thicker mixture, okay? Okay, so you just want to keep that cooking and whisking for about a minute or 2. I'll show you what I mean here. Let me get a spoon. We're also going to add a dash or 2 of Tabasco, okay? Just to give it that little bit of heat that you get. Not really heat, but just that little zing of flavor, okay? And just keep whisking and whisking. Like I said, just for about a minute or 2. See? Nice and thick. Beautiful hollandaise. Let's give that a taste. And that's it. And you kind of just leave it on a very low heat. We just want to keep that warm while we finish the rest of this. Get my waffles out of here. Now they get nice and crispy. I love that. So obviously the cheese is browning, okay. I get my eggs out. This all comes to... That's obviously the cheese that's all brown there. Okay, so let me get these out of here. Look at that, look at that. Man, those are hot. Just cut these in half here. It's really the cheese that gets nice and brown like that. But that looks fantastic, okay? Just move all this. I'm making a big mess here. Okay, get that out of the way. Time to pull our eggs. I probably could have pulled these a little bit sooner. I might have left them in a little too long because I was doing everything else, but we'll find out when we get to the eating part. But there you go. See? Beautiful, perfect poached egg. Just put it in a strained spoon here. Put that right on top of your waffles. Look at these. Beautiful. Beautifully done. Okay? Like I said, I just hope I didn't overdo them so that way they're not runny. Because I want a runny egg. But we'll see what we got. We'll see what we got. Okay? So right on the top of our waffle here. Now if you're going to do, you know, brunch for your mom, like I said, go the extra effort. She's worth it. Go the whole route. Make it from scratch. Make something creative. Don't just, you know, take her out to brunch. Make a brunch. Look at that. Look at this sauce. Perfect. How perfectly thickened this sauce is, okay? So what you do now is take some of this sauce. Got my nice ladle here. So I'm just going to take some of this and ladle it right over the top of my Benedict. Look at that. Beautiful. Look how thick this sauce is. I mean, it's beautiful. Okay? That's exactly what you want. That's the thickness you want. That's the consistency you want. Beautiful. Alrighty? Let me get a knife and fork. We'll be back to taste and talk movies because I told you it's a fast show today. I gotta go see my mom. It's Mother's Day. Okay, so let's see how we did. I have a feeling, like I said, that I overcooked my poached eggs because I was busy doing other stuff. They're a little runny, but it's more of like a firm. I'd say it's over medium, or poached medium, rather than the nice runny egg. But that's okay. We'll figure it out next time. I'm really curious about this waffle because I want to see what kind of flavor this thing has. OMG. This waffle is so freaking good. It's this savory veggie waffle. No flour, low carb. I mean, there's no carbs really in any of this. Oh my God. This would be great on anything. I'd make a sandwich out of that. This waffle. Maybe like a Monte Cristo on this waffle would be killer. But with the hollandaise and the eggs, it's really a fantastic brunch idea. Nice and light and healthy. I mean, okay, it's hollandaise sauce, but it's still light. And it's not, you know, like I said, it's not carbs. No, I can't wait to eat this. All right, let's talk movies so I can eat this and go see my mom. And make this for her. Hopefully she likes it. Okay. Our movies for this week that we watched. First one was Network. I hope you're watching these movies along with me. I mean, fantastic. How could you not love this movie? So compelling to watch this guy have a nervous breakdown on air. I mean, it's just, you know, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. I mean, really, really well done. Seen this one a bunch of times. Our other movie was, of course, the amazing Silence of the Lambs, which won so many awards. I mean, it was, I think Jodie won, Anthony Hopkins won, Best Picture won, Best Director. I mean, it was like everything. It just swept everything. It's that good of a movie. If you've never seen Silence of the Lambs, man, you are totally meant. You never mind everything else we've watched so far. You got to see that movie. It's just amazingly well done. So creepy on top of it. Okay, let's find out what we're watching this week. Okay, counting down. Number 64, 1977's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Again, another one. Most of these movies I've probably seen a gazillion times, and especially Steven Spielberg movies, which is what this is. Richard Dreyfuss, fantastic. If you've never seen this one's a really, really good movie as well. For our second movie this week, number 63, I don't think I've ever seen this one, 1939's Stagecoach. It doesn't ring a bell for me, so I'm wondering, and it's an old one, obviously, 1939. It's probably black and white. I don't know if I saw this one, but we're going to watch it this week, and we'll tell you all about it next week. Alrighty? Have a great Mother's Day, everybody, for all you moms out there, soon-to-be moms, brand-new moms, been there, done that moms. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.